Right now, Jason is working on the extension to the grow light room. Jason got a new light, and that's phenomenal.
Can't wait to take these down to the beach.
Yep.
Yeah, we got a new light. Very exciting.
So now we've doubled our growing space.
Yeah.
And this video is actually about what we did a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
And we did our onion sets. We have onion from seed though too, right?
Maybe. Things have taken a turn.
Oh dear.
But that's okay. It's okay. We got lots of time.
Can I go look?
3 minutes.
Can I go look?
What's that?
At
my
onions. No, at the onions. Where's the onions?
The onions are over here, but they're not underneath the grow lights, so but I guess they don't have to be, do they?
Not really.
No. Okay.
So a few onions, the Walla Wallas have come up. Okay, so we do have some onions from seed, and we have some scallions. I don't know if those count. Those don't count as onions, though. Okay, so far we have these onions from seed, and then Jason went and bought some onion sets.
Yes, onion sets.
I'll help you in a second. Hold on. We realize we're terrible at the intros and the outros. So this is an intro and an outro. This is the onion sets 2 days after we planted them. I'll show you that in a second. Onion sets going in. The green mark is worm castings. We didn't think that mycorrhizal fungi was a good idea. You look great.
Yes, mycorrhizal fungi.
So we are going to use worm castings. So there we go.
Yeah. Okay.
And in the extra cell trays, we planted some flowers that should be fine to be outside. And now Jason is watering from the bottom. Onions don't like to be wet. So that's what we're going to do. It's a little like Christmas. We're in our pajamas doing fun stuff. So we also numbered, you saw there were numbers on the container, and that corresponds to our book. We decided the cells were too small to have labels, but we are keeping track, and it looks like this. After our onions, we organized our potatoes so they can start chitting. And we have two kinds. The russet and the yellow MC are just ones from the grocery store. And the Cecile and the Jennifers are ones that Jason actually bought us. And the Jennifers are the first earlies. So they have the smallest chits at the moment. My mom sent us iPower seed starter heat mats. We got 2 of them. Pretty darn cool. With all kinds of information. Average temperature for optimum germination. Approximate days to germination. I don't know how helpful this is since you put the plants on top of this.
All right, just wrapping this up. We're heading over to the boys' place to have a delicious dinner. But just want to thank you guys for the awesome comments on the last video. A lot of really funny stuff and some quite informative stuff too. Duncan at Coastal Northwest Gardens, awesome guy, awesome channel. Thank you very much for the tips. And also the big winner, Bill and Val at Bill and Val's allotment, had a bunch of points where we kind of bunged it up, but that's okay. We're learning. And hopefully some of the other people are learning as well. So thank you very much for the comments. We really appreciate it. So without further ado, I was out and about today and I went by a hydroponic tomato store and went in and actually got talked into buying another light. Very, very exciting. So our tiny growing space has now doubled. It's 2x tiny. So we have we have lots more room to grow and super excited.
And the other thing you got at the tomato store.
Yes.
Capillary matting, also called wicking matting. That's what we're going to call it from now on, because no one can say capillary.
Yeah.
Got some from there, but Jason also went to Lee Valley and got some from them too. It was the most economical, we think, but it's quite different than this other stuff. So I don't know if this is messing up our experiment, but whatever.
It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
So now we have
we
everything segregated, we'll call it. So the mycorrhizal fungi is all on this side. The straight compost, our compost, is right here. And then the worm castings are over here in the compost mix. So, and then speaking of tests, we have very early results from our coleus here. You can see the one in front is the worm castings, followed by the mycorrhizal fungi. It has a few new shoots on it. And our compost, no new shoots, but everything looks super healthy and, more importantly, very pretty. So, yeah, excited about that. And then our pea shoot test, the horse manure runoff diluted mix is kind of in the back, then followed by the solid horse manure. And then our compost is in the lead. Now, super preliminary. We're not going to see any signs of anything for quite some time, I wouldn't think. But interesting anyways. So now we have room for at least 6 full trays of growing. And it looks like we have lots of space now, but we're going to run out really quickly.
I think so too.
Yeah.
But luckily, some of these things can go out. Like these are the radishes. We've actually just been eating the tops of those. The lettuce could probably go out, fairly soon. Our last frost date is March 15th. The other exciting thing is that I had set up this timer we got off of Amazon, this guy right here. I'd set it up weeks ago, and when I plugged things in, they wouldn't turn on. But then today, when I plugged them in, they worked. So I don't know what to say. I have no idea what they're set at. But whatever. It's going to maybe turn the lights on and off for us, which would be cool. So, yeah.
Awesome. All right. Have a good one, guys. Cheers.
Here are the finished potatoes. They're sitting by the window, so they get some bright light, but they're also warm. And the ones on the right are the Jennifer's first earlies. They were really hard. If Alan at Doncourse Plot is watching, I know you're supposed to look for the smiles, but Jennifer was indifferent. She neither smiled nor frowned. On the bottom are the russets on the left-hand side, and on the top, the very top on the left-hand side, are just 2 or 4 spare small yellows, and then in the middle are the Ceciles, which are main crop. So we have main crop at the bottom on the left with the russets, I think. Main crop of Ceciles, a first early, fingers crossed, we don't really know what they are, from the store. And then on the right, the Jennifers are first early too. The plans to prepare the soil the next couple weeks so that by the time March 15th rolls around, which is our last frost-free date, we can put them out and let them start growing. So if they only chit for another couple weeks, I think that's fine. We could probably put them out. But we need to get soil ready from our old spent compost, and then maybe some from this yard where our apartment is now. I've been adding compost to the soil for a number of years now, and since they're going to rip it all out anyway, I think I might just take some of the stuff that I'd put in there and use it for potatoes. Last night I planted Sunrich Gold and Teddy Bear sunflowers, and we went to the garden center and I got some ranunculus. So they're planted in there, and our look what they're planted in. Can you take those little things off the top for me?
We'll reshoot this. We gotta get all this out of the way.
Why?
Because this is their pretty finds at the end. At the end! You cannot spoil the tease! It's why people watch is the end.
Is it?
It's not the actual middle or the beginning. I guarantee you that. It's the end.